Hi, this is Hope Tackaberry with Tools for Spiritual Living and also www.hopetackaberry.com. I am a life coach. I'm also a clarity coach, stress management coach, and a vibrational coach. And when I do clarity work, I often help people with their resumes. And for some reason this evening I was inspired to make a video talking about resumes. So, just wanted to let y'all in on the best resume advice I have ever gotten in my entire life. And it actually it took my life in a better direction than it's ever gone. This was about 5 years ago. I was living in Washington, D.C., and I was wanting to work on Capitol Hill at the time. And I had some legislative experience, and I was moving toward working on Capitol Hill and doing other legislative things. And this is the passion. This is where I was. I was really interested in politics. And I worked with a woman whose name I can't remember at the time, and it was $300 for a session. I think the session was like an hour long. And I went there, and we had my original resume, and we were going to craft a new one. And I recognized that I had been making my own resumes and looking at it for so long that I sort of lost the ability to see it with new eyes. And that's really what I was asking her to do, was to help me see it with new eyes. And she gave me the best resume advice I've ever had. And it was worth the $300, even though the rest of the resume wasn't as stellar as I would have wanted it for $300. But this advice that she gave was worth $300. And I'm going to give it to you for free. Now, you don't necessarily want to take this advice if you are not trying to create an authentic life. What I mean by that is this advice will help you move forward and move progressively toward who you really are. So it's about honoring who you are inside, what your authentic talents, skills, and energizers are. This is not about looking at your long list of accomplishments in the past and crafting that for something in the future. It's more about recognizing and claiming who you are and saying to the world, this is who I am. So when we were doing this resume work, we had this old resume, we had this new one, but we were putting it together. And she was saying to me, okay, so let's look at your old resume. What do you like on your old resume? What do you want to do in the future? What do you want to see your career become? And at the time, I was, like I said, very interested in legislative work. But I also looked at my resume, my old resume, and I saw that I had some financial experience, I had some accounting experience, some administrative stuff, some event planning, some teaching experience. And I thought that the way to craft a resume was to show them all of the value in what I had done in the past. And she said, okay, so what do you want to put into your new resume? And I said, well, let's look at the old one. And I was pulling out things that I thought were valuable, experience that I thought was valuable. And she said, do you like doing those things? And I started looking at the resume, and the things that I thought were valuable, I recognized that not only did I not like doing them, I hated doing them. I mean, it was bean counting. It was accounting generally, or finances, or bills payable, or anything having to do with finances, basically. I thought that was really valuable to have on that new resume, but in reality, it was not something that I enjoyed doing at all. And she said, here's the thing, if you don't want to do that stuff in the future, don't put it on your resume. And this was like a light over my head. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, don't put it on the resume, but there's value to it. But what we are doing when we craft a resume and we send it out to the world, or we hand it over to someone, is we are basically flying a flag, or sort of like a coat of arms. This is who we are. This is what we have to bring to the world. So if you have a resume full of things that you don't like doing, chances are you're going to find another job or be offered a job based on stuff that you don't want to continue doing. It doesn't sound like that would progress you toward a more authentic experience of life or who you are. So the suggestion is to sit down with your current resume, take a red pen and a black pen. Go through with your red pen and mark out, just make a line through everything that you don't like doing, okay? I mean, really, stuff that you just, if you never do it again, that would be fine. Just mark that stuff out. Then take the black pen and go through and circle things that you actually like to do. Go through, really think about it. Think about yourself doing that work when you've done it in the past. Imagine yourself doing it in the future. What would that like? What would that feel like? Circle the things that you like to do. and then recraft your resume using most of the things that you like to do. Now, if you have some experience in the past and you know it's really, really valuable, but you don't like doing it, but it's supportive of where you want to go in the future, then include those things. But just make sure that your resume is not filled with things that you absolutely hate doing, because what is that going to get you in the future? Probably a job doing what you hate doing. So we want to figure out along the way, as we've been experiencing life and doing jobs and working for different places and different people, we want to find out what we're really good at, but not just what we're good at, what we enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy what you do, if you don't enjoy what you're wanting to do in the future, then you're not going to be really energized to go there, or to go after that job, or to show up with full energy. And that's really what we want to do, is we want to become more authentic to ourselves and to give to the world our tools and our talents and our skills the way that we decide to give them, as opposed to the way the world wants to. Because, we've all looked at job applications or job descriptions and seen that there are, we want someone who does this. Well, they have their requirements, but do you have your requirements? Do you know how you want to give your specific talents back to the world? And that's something I do when I work with clients doing clarity coaching. And a very good resource that I found is a book called Strengthsfinder. And right now I'm not remembering the name of the author. But I ran across, I want to say it's Buckingham, Marcus Buckingham. And he's one of the co-authors, I believe, of Strengthsfinder. I ran into his information in his workshop, actually, on the Oprah.com website. If you go on there and you type in Marcus Buckingham, there's a lot of free information. In fact, they did a workshop for Oprah and some of her friends and some of her audience members, and it was about finding your strengths, your talents, your skills, and your energizers, and crafting your life and your job search around those things, as opposed to maybe this long list of experience that you have in the past that you may or may not like. So it's just a forward way of looking and looking toward something that you want to create, as opposed to looking backward and only taking the ingredients from the past. So I hope this has been helpful. If you would like someone to work with you on clarity coaching or resume coaching, career coaching, my name again is Hope Tackaberry. You can find me at toolsforspiritualliving.com or at hopetackaberry.com. I look forward to hearing from anyone who has any questions, and you'll have a great day. Thanks so much.